Welcome to Stage Mom Podcast, a podcast for breakthrough bands and artists. Today we have Funds for Jimmy. Funds for Jimmy is a local band out of Southern California. Their sound has been noted by Paris's mother as extreme jazz or hardcore coffee house, and I think she definitely nailed it with that. I had a great time talking with them and getting to know them as a band and learning about the local scene in Southern California. I would love to get the chance to go out to Cali and see them live. No! Okay, so we have Funds for Jimmy here, and I'm just going to go around and have everybody introduce themselves. Just let me know your names, your age, and what you do in the band. And I guess we'll start with Molly.
Okay, hi, my name is Molly. I sing in Funds for Jimmy. Yeah.
Okay.
Haze.
What's up? I'm Hazel. I am 20, turning 21 this year, super excited, and I play bass for the band.
Okay.
Hi, I'm 21, and I play rhythm guitar.
Okay. All right, and Molly, did you say how old you were?
Oh, no. I'm 19.
Okay.
We forgot about Dylan and Chips. Dylan is our really insane drummer, and then Chips is our lead guitarist.
Okay.
So there's a total of 5 of us in Funds for Jimmy.
Okay.
This is just 3 out of 5.
All right. Well, I'm happy you guys made it. And you guys are out of California. Where in California are you?
We're in Southern California in a small town called San Dimas. That's where me and Dylan originally met. It's my hometown. Yeah. He also lives in San Dimas.
Ontario.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm from Ontario. Miles is from San Dimas. And then P-Dog.
I'm from Lake Elsinore, so I'm probably about an hour's away further south.
Okay. So you're still an hour away from everybody else, but you guys, would you meet in the middle for practices and rehearsals?
No, I drive up there. I don't mind.
Drive up there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, your band name, what's the significance behind that? I noticed you guys promote a frog, and I'm assuming that's Jimmy.
That is
Jimmy.
Okay.
Yes. There is a whole Jimmy lore. I wish Dylan were here because he has just such a huge love for the Jimmys. So he has a whole lore behind them, and we have multiple Jimmys too. We have Jimessica and Julian, and those are our 2 other frogs that we also take and have on stage with us when we play.
Okay.
And there's a whole family tree and everything. But yeah, Jimmy is kind of started as an inside joke between me and Dylan. And it just kind of manifested into something a lot more.
Okay. How long have you guys been together, playing together?
Together, Hazel, Paris, Chips, Dylan, and I, we just started, officially kicking ourselves off in, this past summer. So, summer 2021. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And what got you guys into music?
Paris, you want to take that?
Do you want to take it?
Oh, yeah, sure. Weirdly, got me into, playing music?
Yeah. Yeah, your desire to play.
Man. Oh, yeah. If I'm going to keep it funky, I was in 7th grade. I was pretty chunky. I definitely didn't look the best. And I just wanted, a cool way to finally, talk to people and, show off a little bit. It was very weirdly self-congratulatory and egotistical for a little tween, but the more I started practicing and developing a love for playing, it just kind of became a cool little passion of mine.
Right.
So at the end it didn't even I had this whole plan of I'm gonna bring my guitar to school and I'm gonna play in front of all these people. They're gonna think I'm so cool, and then that never ended up happening, and I just stayed playing guitar at my house.
But I bet those people probably think it's super cool now. Now that they see you, they're like, oh, wait a second, that was that chunky guy back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how it always is.
Yeah, I just started playing coming up on 2 years in August. So
wow.
I'm just a little over a year and a half. I never played any instrument before. The only thing close was I was in color guard, so I have the sound of the metronome stuck in my head.
Okay.
So it gave me a little bit of a consensus of what rhythm is like, but I really started playing bass just because I feel like I wanted to find new passions of mine, and I have like a few different ones, but I just like to, explore a little bit, and music has been a big part of my life for so long. For so long. And Tina Weymouth of the Talking Heads, it's one of my favorite bands. So listening to all those like little funky bass lines she creates, it really inspired me to just start playing. And I honestly never really thought I would go through with being in a band, for like a few years, with more practice. But I saw the opportunity, and I don't regret it at all, because I now have a passion for performing as well.
Yeah. How did you guys meet?
Wow. So I met Dylan 6 years ago now. We've actually been doing Funds for Jimmy, Dylan and I, together for 3 years now. It's been a really long project for us. And he was in another local band that my first band was affiliated with, so we would sometimes do shows together, and then we just became friends after that. I was like, hey, do you want to start a band? And he was like, yes, let's play music. And we just have grinded on this project until it's gotten somewhere. And so
that's funny. That's how a lot of bands that I've talked to have started, where it's literally, hey, you want to start a band? Yeah, let's start a band. And then the next thing you know, they're performing 3-4 gigs a week. It's the craziest thing. Yeah, but it's good to follow through on it. And it's just, how many gigs do you guys do? Monthly, weekly?
Right now, we're kind of taking a little bit of a break just because we're trying to record and get some new stuff out. Yeah. We just finished our first single, Faye Valentine, a couple of weeks ago. So we're in the process of getting a bunch of cover art done for it, and a lot of promotional stuff for it, so we can put it out. And then after that, we've got a bunch of shows. We're booked solid until almost April, I think.
Awesome.
But yeah. Roughly, I would say we're playing 3 days a week, on a really busy weekend, but 2 to 3 averaging out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was my second week of playing shows with Funds for Jimmy. We actually played 2 back-to-back shows in one night, and a show the next day as well. So that was my first show was just a skate park show, and then the second week I was thrown into 3 shows deep in 2 days, and I was oh, this is what it's gonna be like. And honestly, it's really fun, especially because I'm friends with everyone in the band, and it's a good time. So outside of performing, just meeting new people and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, skate park gigs sounds super fun. We don't have anything we did back in the day, but someone went and destroyed the whole skate park. And then kids would break in to make music videos and their photography. But yeah, that's where. But yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Down here in SoCal, funny, this is kind of funny. Most of the people I know in the music scene, I actually didn't meet through being in a band, but at the skate park. So I roller skate. I built my own Doc Martin custom skates.
Wow.
So I go and I meet a bunch of people, and even Molly could say the same. I'm oh, I know that person. I've met them at the skate park. I've met them at something skate related. And it's kind of funny how SoCal and the skate scene, they're pretty much hand in hand,
right,
completely almost.
It's funny because it's like that here, but it's we have 1 or 2 skate parks that I know of. There's probably more. I mean, I am older, but and my daughter, she's a drummer, but she's never really gotten into the skateboard. She tried it once, wrecked, and then that was the end of that. But but the singer of her band, she goes to the skate park a lot, and a lot of those guys will come to the house parties they have and everything like that. But so it's true. It's kind of the same here, where it kind of goes hand in hand, which is super cool. Yeah. So, as far as your music, who writes it? Do you guys all get together, write it, or is there one particular writer? Is that Hazel on your side? Or is it Molly on your side?
Wait, it's all mixed up. It's all Molly.
Okay.
Molly.
That's so funny. Yeah, I write a lot of our music. I try to do group sessions, but sometimes it just comes out where I'm writing a song by myself, and I'm oh my gosh, I can hear the drums to this. I can hear this going on in the background and all of this stuff going on. I have to do this as a band. So That's kind of how it comes about, but recently I've been trying to do more, like, stuff, like, including everyone else, just because I want, like, everyone to feel like they have creative input on what we're doing, so that we all, like, kind of stay happy and involved in, like, the music, and just kind of feel comfortable and, like, oh, this is, like, my part, and, like, this is what I wrote to this song, and this is what this song means to me, and, like, everyone has their own little, like, personal meanings when they're playing the song, and, like, I just really want that, and I think it's important to me to not only, like, have my writing be, like, emotionally conveyed, but my band members' writings also be emotionally conveyed through our songs.
Okay. So. That's cool. Now, do you produce your own stuff also, or do you hire producers, or?
Right now we're going to Chip's friend. He's an engineer. He went to school for it at Cal Poly. But in the past, I actually went to my dad's old producer, and he would go to him to get his band recorded back in the 90s. So I was like, I kind of want to keep that on, like, legacy-wise. So for the first EP, I went there and recorded it with Jeb, his name, Big Scary Tree Studios in the Valley. And it was really cool. It was a really awesome experience. But this new single, like, wanted to take a different approach, like a more modern kind of, like, indie approach to it. And I think John, our new engineer, did that, like, perfectly.
Okay. So, you mentioned your father's in a band, or was in a band. Does he still do that?
Yeah,
is that what got you started wanting to do it?
Yeah, my dad is, like, just a really big musician, has a really big passion for it. He's worked in the music industry, like, all of my life, so he's been, like, my house has always been very musical when it comes to him, always bringing in a bunch of new products, sampling and selling and going to concerts, and just, like, playing his own guitar even. It just kind of gave me the passion. It just kind of flowed right through us, and it was just like, I need to do this now. I need to, like, carry out, like, the music passion.
Right.
For sure, so.
Oh, he must be so proud. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. Sometimes we'll, like, jam together, and it's just really special.
I wish I could do that. I'm not musically inclined at all. I can just totally appreciate what everybody does, as I just am just completely blown away by anybody that can play an instrument or even sing. It's just amazing to me because I have absolutely none of that at all. Like, when I see my daughter on the drums, I'm just like, where the heck did you get this from? Because it's not me. So, as far as people, like, especially over here in South Florida, because I got a lot of people that follow from South Florida, and if they'd never heard you, how would you describe Funds for Jimmy? Like, your music, your vibe, how would you describe it to them?
I like what my mom says. She either calls it's either like extreme jazz or hardcore coffee house, and I kind of like those.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. That's really, like, because I've listened a lot to you guys, so I think that she's got it spot on. I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Hazel, you play the bass, and Paris the guitar. Molly, do you play an instrument?
Yeah, I do.
I think I've seen you playing guitar, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we technically have 3 guitars going. I sometimes play guitar. I play guitar on our song called Weed, and then, like, a few other songs. And then I played guitar on the entire EP. So, yeah, I love playing guitar. It's, like, a big passion of mine. That's what really made me start my own band. Because my first band, I was just singing. And I love singing, and I love, like, stage presence and everything that goes in with singing. But I was like, I think this would be so much more fun if I got a guitar in the mix. So I started my own band, and I was like, I'm going to play guitar.
It's your band. Why not? Yep.
Yeah.
So, do you guys play any other instruments, or are those strictly the instruments that you guys play?
I can play the bass and ukulele.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I right now only know how to play the bass, but our drummer is trying to look for students. So I propose that I might be my drummer's first drum student. Just because, like, you know, I love, like, the sounds we create with Funds for Jimmy, but I have a very big influence from, like, hardcore and metal and all of that fun stuff, so I've been listening to, like, a lot of, like, Turnstile and, like, a lot of, like, modern hardcore bands, and I really like those drum beats, so hopefully soon I'll be, like, starting on the drums, just because it's also fun to hit things, you know? Like, give my fingers a break, just hold something, you know, exercise my wrists a little bit, so hopefully that'll be my next instrument.
We have, here in Florida, we have smash houses. Do you have those in California, where you can just go hit things? Yeah, okay, so if it doesn't work out with the drums, just go there.
And we have, like, anger rooms. They're called anger rooms.
Oh, it's called an anger room there? Yeah, they call them smash houses here. That's funny. So,
smash house sounds cooler.
Yeah, it does sound cooler.
Yeah, I haven't been, but I've been wanting to. So what do you enjoy most about being a musician?
You want to start, Molly?
Yeah, sure. Oh my gosh. Just the way it makes me, like, feel. Like, getting into the zone is, like, such a coping mechanism for me, and it just makes me, like, so happy, and I can just get lost in whatever I'm doing. If it's, like, playing or writing or, like, you know, picking up a new instrument too, like, that's, oh my gosh, it's just so fun. It's like, you start out and you're just like, wow, this feels great, and it's just such a release, and it's something that you can put a lot of energy and a lot of love and compassion into, and you get a lot out of it. So definitely, like, the relationship I have with music is my favorite part.
That's good. Okay. What about you, other two?
I feel like there's a lot of things I love about music. Honestly, I'll just narrow it down to three. Number one is probably because music is such a big part of my life, like with skating, you know, like having like something to listen to and stuff. Like, it's definitely one of my favorite things, being able to have like the freedom to contribute those influences into merging it with the sound that Funds for Jimmy creates. That's like one of my favorite parts, is like one of my favorite bands to play on the bass is Tool. So, like, writing bass lines, that's, like, a combination of Tool and Funds for Jimmy. Like, it's just really cool to see, like, how I could, you know, improvise with that. And it's also really cool, for me, I'm, like, queer, I'm non-binary, so being able to go on stage and, like, not have to, like, hold any part of myself back and be able to dress exactly the way I want, present myself, express myself the way I want, and be completely supported in doing so because it's a safe space. That's one of my favorite things about being a musician, as well as going to new areas. You know, like, you know, we play locally quite frequently, but like we're playing San Diego in February, so like I've been to San Diego to go to SeaWorld or Legoland when I was like, I don't know, a child, but I haven't been there as an adult yet, so it's like I'd be able to explore something I've never been to, or meet new people I've never seen before. And that's one of my favorite parts, is just like playing music but playing it in like new territories. And I don't want to say marking the territory, but it's also like marking your territory.
Yeah, it's true. So. It is true. That's very true.
Those are like my top three favorite things about being a musician.
What about you, Paris?
I know. Damn, this is like a deep question. I agree with
Never
Molly.
Thought of myself as deep, but no,
like, I agree to Molly on a lot of her examples too. I wouldn't necessarily, for me, think of it as a coping mechanism, but more of just like, I don't know. It is true. It's like you do enter this space when you're like playing, and it is like very like ethereal and almost just like something that you have access to while you're playing, and like having that weird momentary, not like power, but just sensation is super nice and like almost addictive. And then the fact that you keep getting better and you learn more intricate things, and then that sensation grows bigger. It's probably like my favorite thing about it.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny because there's so many people that I know that are such different people when you talk to them, and then they get on the stage and they're just a completely different person, and it's like, that's that person I was just talking to. So it's pretty nice. It's kind of like a release for some people.
Dylan, that's like how a drummer is.
Oh my gosh.
Our drummer is like extremely shy. Like we'll have his hair above his face, like looking down. Like Dylan's just, and he just likes to like, just be with us. Like he's just a very like shy person. But then you see him on the drums, and a beast is unleashed, man. Like so, like I totally get you on that. I love watching him play on the drums, and like. Any musician really too, like you meet someone and they could be quiet, they could be shy, and then they go on stage and like they'll release like vocals you didn't even know could come out of them, or like they'll be playing like a really insane guitar like riff, like so it's really cool. Dylan is like a perfect example of that.
Yeah, we call him our baby. He's like he's so like quiet and like shy, and like it's just so funny. We're just like, Dylan, no, it's okay. Like, we shelter him. We're, like, protecting him. It's, like, it's so funny. But we love him. Oh, my gosh. Like, Funds for Jimmy would not be Funds for Jimmy if Dylan were not in the band. Yeah. And, like, yeah, it's crazy to, like, think about it. But it's, like, he is so important and, like, such a fixture.
He's irreplaceable.
Yeah, irreplaceable for sure.
So what is it that you would hope your music conveys?
A distaste for the system.
I would hope that it conveys whatever that you need it to like convey to you. Like I would say that I put a lot of like my own personal experiences into like my lyrics sometimes, and some of my own relationships and examples that I've been through. And I hope that anyone who is listening can like, if they relate in any way, I hope that it just like helps them. And that's just, I guess, what I want the most out of our music and what I wanted to tell to people. It's like, you're not alone. We're here for you.
Yeah.
That's important. Want our music to convey, like, kind of how I said, there's safe spaces in music. You know, like, an audible safe space, you know? That's how I would want our music to be, like, perceived, you know? Not necessarily they have to know everyone in the band, but, like, you know, they could, like, listen to the music and, like, they can know that they're safe with it. And, like, it's something that's, like, comforting or, like, something that people will, like, go back to, you know? So that's, like, what I would want our music to definitely convey.
Yeah, definitely, like...
I'm sorry, go on. No problem.
Definitely, I just want people to also be able to like use our music to convey their like what they need to express as well. That's like another good point. So yeah, sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I talk a lot, so no, like with what Hazel said, how they don't have to know the band members' names and stuff. That's how it always. Well, I'm horrible with names to begin with, and if it wasn't for your names on the bottom of the screen right now, I'd have no idea. But like all the bands that I ever loved, and I would be so like die hard crazy for them, I had no idea any of their names. But I've noticed that the kids these days, they all know every band member, their names, everything about everybody. And I'm like, I feel like such a horrible fan because I didn't know their names, but I was a die hard for many of them. So, but speaking of other bands, if you could open up for one band, who would it be?
Oh my god. Deftones, 100%.
Oh my god, the band I was talking to the other day, that's who they love Deftones too. So
Deftones, actually.
Deftones would be so cool.
Okay, I actually haven't showed Molly or Paris this yet, but I just got this white pony tattoo.
Yes! Oh my gosh.
I'm a diehard Deftones fan. I love playing their bass lines, so I feel like I would want to open up for them, like, with Funds for Jimmy. That would be freaking awesome, because Molly, like, we're working on some heavier things. I hear it. Like, I hear Molly's vocals getting a little heavier, so, you know, opening for them with, like, what we could create in that aspect, that would be absolutely, like, bananas.
Do you guys feel the same, the Deftones, or is there anybody else that you think of?
I really like Deftones. I love them. Opening up for them would be really cool. I think I would really want to open up for Mannequin Pussy. Oh my gosh, they're so cool.
I can't say that I know who they are.
They're like they're kind of like on the come up too.
Okay,
I think they're playing Coachella this year, which is actually really cool for them. It's awesome. But yeah, they're super cool. They're like kind of hardcore, but not hardcore. They're like Girl Riot.
Okay.
I also really wanted to say Deftones, but like, I don't know. I want to also pick someone that I like, but also could fit our vibe. So that way, when it's like, that was fun for Jimmy. Here's Megadeth. Like, it's not that big of a
Right,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling too, but I'm like, man, it would be so cool to open for them.
Opening up for Deftones, that would be a dream come true. That'd be amazing.
I think, genuinely, 100%, slightly cliche, Mac DeMarco would not be awful. I think that would be really fun.
Sure,
I
yeah.
think that'd be really cool, and I would really like to open. I think that'd be really sick.
Okay.
Yeah, Mac DeMarco actually would be really cool.
I think it'd be a cool.
He
little
actually
vibe.
met Jimmy. Mac DeMarco
Yeah.
met Jimmy. Molly
They
went
have-
to a show. And Mac DeMarco was on our page. Mac DeMarco is posing with Jimmy.
I'll have to
So
look.
that's a trip. But yeah, that would be a cool, like, for indie wise, the drums would probably be who I would want to open for. But, you know, dream come true wise, like where it doesn't even mix Deftones 100%.
Okay. So tell me a story about one of the songs, like behind the inspiration for one of your songs.
Yeah, of course. So our next song that we're going to be working on recording wise is going to be a song called Weed. And the song has like just a lot of baggage. if from writing it, there's just a lot of stories that I've put into this song for me, and it's very like simplistic. So it's just like about relationships and like about relationships with like addiction, and I've seen like a lot of my family members go through that. A lot of my friends go through that, and I kind of wrote it with intention, or not intention, but like kind of remembrance of like everyone who I know personally that's kind of like passed away this past couple of years with the pandemic and everything being really hard in like the drug industry and like a lot of stuff being laced, and like I've lost a lot of friends to that, and I know a lot of my close people have lost a lot of people to that. So that's like a big thing for me is like relationship with addiction, and it's like real, and it's something that's really important, and it should be talked about.
Yeah.
And that's like a really big theme for that song, and I'm really excited to be working on that song because it's just so pretty, and we had a lot of trouble balancing it because we played 3 guitars, and like they're all playing all at the same time, and it's like crazy, but it's really powerful, and I really love that song. So
No, your description, it makes me excited to hear it. I can't wait. When is that coming out?
we're going to be recording that. That's our next recording song, so hopefully we'll be able to start recording in March with that.
Okay.
So hopefully in like 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Or we might save that for the album. We're not sure yet.
Well, I follow you guys, so I'll definitely get notified.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Is there a certain song that you guys have that you hate performing?
Okay, personally, I would have to say I don't really like performing Conceited. That's a song on our EP that a lot of people like have reached out to me and said like they really love, and like they've asked me to perform this song, and I'm like, I just have like a love-hate relationship with that song. Just because it's so wordy, and like I feel like during a live performance, like it just kind of gets a little boring or drags a little bit, and I just think it's like, I maybe should have like toned back lyrically, but it's still really good. Like a lot of people really resonate with that, and I resonate still with it to this day.
Okay.
But,
Do you guys have a problem performing Conceited, or is it just you just keep going on with your instruments?
I've actually never learned Conceited.
Okay.
Just because I came in the band, like, around, well, Chips was originally, like, filling in on bass before I joined the band. But when I joined the band, I learned all the songs that we're playing now for the most part. Conceited and For You and Ain't That Some Shit. Those are all songs that I personally don't know, so I can't really say that I don't like playing them. But I do like those songs. But if I were to choose a song that I'm not a big fan of, like, playing live, because I always mess up, is Do You Care? Do You Care? And that's one of our songs, and it's just I always mess up the counts, and I always beat myself up over it. But not really that I don't like the song, but just I always just mess it up.
Yeah. Practice, play it more and more, and it'll be muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite cover to do? I heard you sing Sunday Morning. And that was real good. But
Thank you.
Are there any others, or
What's the name of the Mannequin Pussy cover we do?
Romantic.
Romantic. It's the best. It's the best cover. It's the best.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite cover too.
oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's so cool.
I love all of our covers like almost equally. I do like Sunday Morning because that's probably the most challenging song I've had to play live. So personally, I would say it's one of my favorite covers just because it makes me feel like I don't want to say, because I still underestimate myself because I'm still so new to playing and I don't have as much experience, but playing Sunday Morning is just like one of my favorites because it makes me feel like I'm like legitimate. You know, it makes me feel secure with my playing. So
Yeah.
I would say Sunday Morning, but that Mannequin Pussy cover does go extremely hard, and I love it a lot.
There was a song cover you guys, actually, I did see another cover on your page. My daughter's band plays it, and I can't remember it now, and I meant to remember. All night I was reminding myself.
Is it Death by Hippie Powers?
Nope. I almost want to look.
Is it the Gorillas?
Nope. Knowing me, I'm probably thinking of another band. I don't know. Let me see. I'll move on to my next question while I do that. So if it wasn't for music, what would you guys be doing? Or what do you think you'd be doing?
I'm in school right now to become a history teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
My brother-in-law went to school for that.
I think it's cool. I love history. Shit's rad.
Honestly, I don't know, because I do so many things that if I didn't have music incorporated in my life, I still feel like I would somehow end up somewhere around it. In the next month or two, I'm going to be studying cosmetology school for hair. So, just like being a hairstylist, I probably, if I wasn't doing music, I would open my own like roller skate shop, like custom.
Oh, neat.
But now that I'm like a musician, I feel like I wouldn't be able to open my own business just because I would be like, you know, like traveling or like practice and stuff, and I wouldn't be able to devote as much time because being in a band practically is like a full-time job, especially Molly. Molly does like so much, and we all appreciate and love Molly so much for like what they do. But like in regards to practice and shows and like all that kind of stuff, like we're always super occupied with that. So
yeah, it is like a full-time job. It really is. I didn't find the song, by the way, but I gave up. I'm not very persistent, I guess. I'll message you guys when I figure it out.
Heck yeah.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh, there's no life without music, so I don't think I would be doing anything else. I think I would like somehow find a way to do something with music because it's just like from day one it's been like so important to me.
Well, it's been instilled in you with your father being in a band and everything. So yeah, I wouldn't see any other route for you either. And I've only been talking to you for 32 minutes. So all right. So you guys I know you're going to San Diego to play. Are you guys planning on possibly doing some kind of like maybe small tour or anything like that? Have you guys discussed anything like that?
I've been really thinking about it. I have been kind of in cahoots with some stuff like some venues in Arizona and some venues in New York as well. But I'm kind of a little bit nervous just because I'm like, we'd have to get gear out there, and like my drummer, he's like really set on using his own drum kit. So I'd have to figure out a way to like cost efficiently get a drum kit and like make sure that it's like up to his standards. So it's something that I'm definitely thinking about. I've also thought about, like, maybe getting a van.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's all kind of in talks, but we would love to tour. I would love to tour. That'd be amazing.
I know, I mean, it's too late now, but I was talking to Molly about, like, South by Southwest.
Oh, yeah, my daughter's band was invited there, like, 2 years ago.
That's
So we wanted to, like, not necessarily play in it just because it's, like, too late to try to do that, but this year, like, we were like, oh, you know, all the bars around that area, I think Austin.
Austin, yeah.
Austin. The bars around there are taking bands too, so maybe next year that's something that I would want to do. Because Texas is far, but it's not like, you know, across the country. It might feel like it, you know, when you're driving through that big old state, but it would be definitely really cool to tour out there, especially, you know, actually meet bands that we're mutuals with in person and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, like, how is the scene there in California? Like, I know here in South Florida, it's pretty, you're either in it or you're not in it. And when you're in it, it's like you go to a show and it's got, like, a lineup of, like, 5 bands. And then the next week you go to a show that has probably 4 of those 5 bands playing in it, but a new band. And it's, like, they're all, it's like, it's one big, huge family. But like I said, if you're not in it, you're not in it. And it's, how is it out in California?
Honestly, the scene here is kind of crazy. Like, it's big. Like, music in Southern California. Yeah, music in California is crazy. Like, there's, like, new bands that I'm hearing about, like, every day. And it's like, oh my God, there's a new band on this lineup. They just, like, formed yesterday. Like, it's crazy. And it's really amazing that it's this big, and it's really amazing that there's so many people who are, like, in the scene, and it's like, it's crazy. But also it gets a little scary because a lot of people in the scene can, like, you know, be abusers and, like, stuff like that. And it's just, it's scary because there's so many people, but it's also amazing that there's so many people. You have to, like, kind of keep your eyes open because it's crazy. It's crazy out there.
The scene is, like, while it's literally, like, ginormous, it's also, like, really small because everybody knows each other.
Yes.
You know, like, everyone in SoCal knows each other music-wise. Like, I'll be like, oh, like, I know this person in this band. They're like, oh, really? Like, that's my cousin. And I'll be like, what? Like, you know, like, stuff like that happens all the time. And, like, kind of it's the same, like, you know how you said, like, the same 5 bands will play, and then, like, one band is, like, added. We play, like, with a few bands frequently, like, our homies Dreamscape, like, Sept. We play with a lot, Blue Jay.
The Slums.
The Slums, or Los Slums, like, they're awesome. So there's, like, a Mickey's Death Wheel, that's, our lead guitarist's other band. We play with them frequently. So, like, there's, like, a few bands that we find ourselves always playing shows with. Right. And then, of course, like, we play sometimes with different bands, which is kind of cool. But it's also cool having those homies right there. Because we all just trying to get to the same end point, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. They're all pretty supportive here of each other, too, which is pretty cool because, like you said, you're trying to get to the same end point, but they're all, like, super excited for someone if something big happens for them. And it doesn't, I don't sense, like, I mean, I'm sure deep down inside, some of them cry themselves to sleep, but I mean, it's like, they don't show it. They're all, like, rooting everybody on, and it's just really nice to see. It really is. They're all, like, it's like I said, a family, and when one person succeeds, everybody's super excited for them, at the moment, at least. Do you guys have a favorite local band?
Yeah, I would have to say my favorite local band is Sept. They're really cool. Yeah. I love their attitude. They're so fun. We have a show too.
Honestly, we only played with this band once, but I was honestly, like, really, like, I wish I got to see their whole set, but I had to get the drum kit out of the car at the time. But they're called Tofu. Just because I had never seen this before, because, like, you know, with the band, or the scene being so big, you know, sometimes, like, bands tend to, like, be extremely similar, you know, and this was, like, one of those bands that really stood out to me, because Tofu, it's only a 3-person band, all femmes, which is awesome. They're punk, which is also super cool, but they switch positions. So someone's on the drums, and then they'll come and they'll play guitar, and the person
Yep.
on bass will go on drums, and they switch around in the set. So
Yep.
playing with them, it was super cool to see that, because I had never seen that before. So Tofu, they're awesome, and also Femmes and Punk. That's also pretty punk. So I love to see that.
Yeah, it's there's a band here that's very similar to what you had just said. Like, the singer will join in and play the drums with the drummer. And it's just so much energy. It's just, anytime that we hear, I haven't heard of them playing lately though for a while. I think they were getting married and stuff. But I mean, it's like, they're so impressive. It's just, you get done watching a 15-minute set and you're like, woo, you're like half asleep before them, and you're like, wow, that was the best thing I'd ever seen. So I know what you mean though. It just gives you so much energy, and it's just amazing. Like I said, I have an appreciation for everybody that can play an instrument, let alone two people pounding on the drums at the same time and it sounding good. Because, but yeah.
That's cool.
So I do this segment. It's called "You Can Tell Mom Anything," because I'm a mom. I'm, stage model. I'm also a roadie and everything. So I have a couple questions under this, and they're not crazy or anything. So it's just more deep, because apparently I'm deep. I was told that earlier. So so for the first one, do you have any regrets? Like, is there anything that you've done that you've regretted doing thus far?
Probably should have smoked less weed in high school.
Well, at least you realize it, right?
That is a pretty good question. Honestly, I was in a 4-year relationship. It was a very abusive relationship, and like I'm still healing from it to this day. One of my biggest regrets is like putting me so deep down inside and not letting that come out sooner. And chasing all those passions, like not picking up an instrument sooner, like not realizing my queer identity or gender identity, just like those things that I really like just put, for lack of better words, put in the closet.
Yeah.
So, my biggest regret is like doing that to myself for someone who made me I feel not the best. So
Right.
My biggest regret is definitely not finding myself sooner when I definitely could have.
Yeah. But I'm glad that you did, though. Now you can start living and being happy.
Yeah. I'm super glad. Thank you.
Yep. Any regrets, Molly?
Oh my gosh, I have so many regrets. I guess my biggest regret would be not sticking with piano lessons.
Okay.
I should have stuck with piano lessons, because I'd always hear like arrangements in piano, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I knew how to do that.
Right. We knew then what we know now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you while on stage?
Oh, I have one. It was my birthday party, so it wasn't like a stage. It was just like a pool of my friends and family. And this is a span of 15 minutes. So first I go to get my bass, and all I see is this case I don't recognize, right? And I thought someone jacked my bass, so I was like completely about to have a full panic attack. Where the hell my bass is? But my parents had surprised me with a new case for my bass, because the one I had did not fit at the time I was playing with my BC Rich Warlock, which is pretty wonky looking one. But that happened. So then I go up and like I'm tuning and stuff, and then my parents come out with the new amp. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like overwhelmed. I'm like, okay, I just thought my bass is stolen. Now I have this new gear. Right. So I proceed to plug it in, electrocute myself. Then in my 8-inch, or I don't even know, like 5 or 8-inch platforms. I'm not good with inches or numbers or measurements, but they're just
Me
tall.
neither.
They're big. In my big platforms, I tripped over my cable after I had electrocuted myself and fell on my knees in front of my whole group of friends and family. And apparently no one saw it, which is cool, but at the same time, I'm like, I thought my bass was stolen. I got surprised with this new, like, extremely big and expensive amp. Then I electrocuted myself, and then I ate shit all in the span of 15 minutes. So that definitely is my most funny stage moment.
Oh my god, that is funny. That is so funny.
The funniest moment I had on stage in my old band, we were playing Battle of the Bands, and my drummer had let go of his drumstick, and it hit me in the back while I was like mid singing, and it like, hurt so bad, and I had like the tiniest voice crack, and like I had to like refrain myself from like just like losing it because it hurt. It was just like super fast, and I was like and yeah, it was like really embarrassing because that voice crack, and I know no one heard it and no one cared, and we ended up winning anyways, but like I was just like, that couldn't have happened at like a better time.
Right. But he bent down and grabbed another stick, or?
Yeah, he just like whipped one out and kept playing, and I was just like, crazy.
Yep. That's why I can't tell you how many times my daughter, mid playing, one will break, and you have no idea because she just picks another one up, and I'm like, I would just be like, I would panic, and then I would like run around looking for sticks, and I don't know. I guess you just train yourself. I don't know.
I remember we were playing at this one place called Heroin House, which is like at an abandoned lot at the top of this big hill. It's just
my God.
Awesome. It's really like what I think what you would call like a smash house, honestly. But the way the band was set up originally, it was Molly, Chips, and Hazel in the front, and I went to the back with our drummer, and I had all this open space just to like run around and be nasty while I play guitar. And I remember in the middle, we were playing this one song. It's called it's Void. I like went down with my guitar and I hit Dylan's cymbal, and he just like started death staring me the entire time we were playing. And we just like, it was really funny.
Yeah, that venue was insane.
Yeah.
Those are usually the best, though. They're like, I say this every single time. The favorite venues here for these kids that play in these garage bands are just like little warehouses that have enough room for about 5 people in the band, and they think it's the greatest thing in the world. Yeah,
this venue, like Paris was saying, it was like this one tiny little narrow road up a mountain, right? So like the whole flyer and everything said, once you're up here, you can't leave because you can only come up, and like, you know, you can't leave if cars are coming up because there's not enough room.
Oh, jeez.
So everyone's coming up to this like abandoned, I mean, lack of better words, crack house, heroin house is its name. You know, it's all worn down, like, you know, it's like
there's holes like in the floor,
everywhere in the ground, like it's like literally you see the freeway, like, you know, and then it's literally going into it. It literally looks like the setup for like a Friday the 13th movie.
Oh no!
Like,
God.
Like it's scary, and we were like scared because the power wasn't grounded. They had this little tiny baby generator, but it ended up being a really cool show because like there's a lot of people there, and like everyone was going hard, headbanging, moshing, like so. It's a cool venue, but would I like drive up there again? Yes, but not alone.
Right.
They were so mad at me. They were like, why did you book the show? Like, what are you thinking? I was like, I didn't know, guys. Like, I just thought it was going to be in the woods. Like, I didn't know it was halfway up a mountain.
One-way road mountain. Yeah. You can come, but you cannot leave. What's that?
Oh, I'm saying, I'm super glad it ended up being a sick show, honestly, because I remember, we were just super like, how the hell did Molly? Where are we?
But that's how those usually turn out. Those usually turn out to be the best shows.
It was sick. Yeah. It was so awesome.
Yeah, it was a great show. Dylan was so mad at me. He was like, I don't ever want to play this venue again. You have to promise me we're never going to play House of Heroin again. He was so scared, and we're like, it's okay. Like, it's fine. We won't. I promise.
Oh, that's funny. So if you were a song, what song would that be?
Hello, It's Me by Todd Rundgren.
That's a good song.
Oh, no. I got it. No, I'm sorry. This is my final answer. I'm buzzing in. I'll Be Lucky Someday by Glenn Campbell. That's my song.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's pretty accurate.
I don't know. Hold on, I need to think about this. That's a hard question.
You stop.
I want to say by like Lady Gaga. Something by Lady Gaga. I'm not sure which one, but something.
Okay.
No, actually, no. I take that back. I redact that statement. Honestly, okay. I think the song for me would be "Rebel Girl" by Bikini Kill. One, because I love singing it, but two, I just love what the song means, you know, and it's awesome. It really is, you know. I had never heard of like girls like being in punk, you know, and like, you know, being able to say they're queer, you know, and like sing about it, and like, yeah, I feel like that one really sticks with me coming as like a queer femme. So definitely that one. That's the one.
Okay. All right.
I had no idea, so I think I would be the opening soundtrack to the Twin Peaks TV show.
That is great. That is really good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
I
Okay,
love
so
Twin
what useless talent do you have?
I do really bad impressions.
Okay. Well, that's not completely useless. People make money off that.
Like, I know how to do a clown nose sound. I know how to do Mickey Mouse, Kermit. Right now I'm working on Elmo. But I think my talent, like my useless talent, is Janice from Friends.
Oh my god, that is so not useless. That is like awesome.
Chandler Bing.
Oh my god.
My god.
So
That's
perfect.
the one. Useless, like, because like there's only a niche group of people who watch Friends nowadays.
Oh
so I guess I will say that. I guess that's my talent, is Janice from Friends.
That is great. That is so great.
I have great eclectic movie knowledge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I used to back in the day, but now my memory's completely gone.
I was going to say, I'm stupid good at trivia games. That's like kind of useful and useless. Like, it's very good when we actually play them, but other than that, I'm a useless mess.
Yes.
Paris is like a walking trivia game. I'm not even kidding you. Like, he will just spit facts about like everything, and I'm like...
I love that. I love people like that. My husband's like that. And it's like you would have no idea, and it's shocking sometimes, some of the stuff he knows. I used to question it. I used to be like, come on, you don't know that, but he actually really knows. It's shocking. So if you could date any celebrity, who would it be?
Alive or dead?
I guess they could be dead. I mean, it's if you want to date someone dead. No, I'm just kidding. But
I would date
if they were alive today.
I would date SZA in a heartbeat. I would give her the time of her life.
SZA?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Look this person up.
They're amazing. She's like an R&B artist.
SZA.
What would be mine?
Why can I not find this person? How do you spell?
S-C-A.
It's just
S-C-A?
Z.
That's
S-Z-A.
Oh, because I obviously am showing my age. That's why. Okay. Well, she's pretty. She's got a nice body.
Winona Ryder now or back then? Either or.
She looks exactly the same to me now and back then.
That's what. Okay, so there is a slight difference. She looks weirdly. The oldest she will ever look is in Girl Interrupted. That's what I've concluded after watching a ton of Winona Ryder movies. The oldest she ever looks is in Girl Interrupted, and she still looks.
Yeah, I've always loved her. I've always loved her. Okay.
I love Heathers.
Oh my God, that was my go-to. That and Pretty in Pink, and Can't Buy Me Love. Yeah, I was grounded every summer of my high school career, and I would sit and I would watch those 3 movies over and over. I know them all, beginning to end, every single word.
We had a Halloween kind of bash at my house with the band and everything for Frights for Jimmy, and me and my girlfriend dressed up as Heather, or my bad, Veronica and JD from Heathers.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
I can't decide between the 2.
Okay.
3, actually. Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, super cute, yeah.
Lady Gaga, of course.
Okay.
And then Gillian Anderson. I love Gillian Anderson so much.
Okay.
Those 3. Would not date them at the same time, but would date them.
Okay.
Juggled.
Yeah, not polyamorous. But yeah, them 3 because they're all like my celebrity crushes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. When my daughter, I was told the other day that when my daughter, because I call her a chameleon. You never know what color hair she's gonna have. And when she's the blonde, like the platinum blonde, my girlfriend told me that she looks just like Lady Gaga. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So that's. I never seen it until she said it, and then I was like, you're kind of right. Yeah, kind of right.
The reason why
I told her that, and she was like, "Oh, I'll take
because
that."
of Lady Gaga.
Really?
Yeah, she was the Countess in American Horror Story Hotel, and she had bleached brows. I had never really seen it done before, and I was like, that's happening. I'm doing that. And it's been like this. I've almost had my eyebrows bleached going on 2 years now.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think I'm ever going
Yeah, because they're just going to be like that until you dye them again, right? That's like it, because they don't grow anymore, right? I've heard that
they still
don't
grow. I have to bleach them like every 2
Really?
weeks, 3 weeks. But I've been re-bleaching them for almost 2 years. I've tried to go try to match my eyebrows with my hair, and then it's just like, no. Or I've tried to grow them out, and then I'm just like, no, I just look strange.
Mm-hmm.
It's either I'm going to be blonde eyebrows or no eyebrows. That's it.
Right. So, do you guys, have any of you in the band dated each other, or have you just said, nope, that's something we're not going to do?
Yeah, I have a strict no date members policy because I know how that goes. Yeah.
No doubt. Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac, yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but it's true. I was talking, this girl, her podcast is coming out on the 11th, and she's super cute girl, super, super cute girl. And, she dated a band member for a week, and it broke the band up. 1 week. I was like, 1 week, and your freaking band broke up. So she's like, never will I date a band member again.
Well, we don't date each other. Everyone but Chips is in a relationship.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
it's okay. Chips is a lone wolf. He's doing his own thing.
He's a lone wolf. Sometimes you gotta monitor him a little bit.
But he's a ladies' man, though. Oh my gosh,
He
you gotta watch
is
him.
a ladies' man. That's why he's like, oh, I'm not gonna stick around after the show. I'm hanging out with a friend, and we're like,
ooh.
we just give him the look. But we love Chips. Chips is a ladies' man. He's very charming. It's easy to just get talking to Chips, especially the ladies, with his long hair and the way he plays guitar. It's easy for him.
Very charismatic.
Yeah. So, what is the most embarrassing thing that you've ever done in front of someone you've liked?
Somebody I like.
Okay, this one, even though me and them we're pretty much together. This is probably one of the most embarrassing moments. I went to the bathroom, right, and I was just number 2. That's all I'm gonna say, right? So I go, and apparently it didn't flush. Okay, so I go to the bathroom, and then they had to go to the bathroom, so they go.
Oh no.
and they come out and they're like pale. They're like pale white, and they like look like they've seen a ghost. And I'm like, "Are you okay? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, did you fall in the toilet or something?" And then they're like, "Nope." And I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" And they were like, "You forgot to flush." And they're like, "But I don't care about that. It's just like, how are your like shits that big?"
Oh no.
So like,
my God.
I wasn't really like, oh, you like saw my poop, okay, but it's just the fact that they saw that one, you know,
Right.
like they're just like, and literally they told me, they're like, if you ever take one that big again, like I swear you should take a picture of it and like put it to the Smithsonian. Like they're like, that's like a whole dinosaur turd. So I was just like, that was definitely like my most embarrassing thing that's ever happened, because like my mom was also right there too. And I was like, oh god, no. That's definitely the most embarrassing thing. We still joke about it to this day. Like, they just called me a log layer yesterday, so.
That's funny.
I love them. They're so funny.
I have a semi-similar story to that. My like one of my favorite things to do to my girlfriend is like, I'll look at her real serious and I'll be like, "Baby," and then she'll be like, "What?" And I'll just kind of like fart just a little bit, just like, you know what I mean, just a little bit.
How you can do it on command? Like you can like do it?
I have to feel it, and right when I feel it, I'm like, "Perfect, baby." But this one time, I miscalculated, and I looked at her and I was like, and you just heard it, and then I immediately like sprawled up. I just about like almost shit myself. I had to like run into the bathroom like a full sprint and be like, "Oh my god."
Oh god. Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. Yeah.
Yeah, one time my significant other was on the phone with two of his best friends, and I didn't know, and I like ripped one, and they didn't hear it, but Torrin and I were just laughing our asses off because they started laughing too, but they were like laughing at like another joke that we were like prior like making or whatever, and it was just a weird awkward moment where like we were all laughing for like 10 minutes, like, and it was just like they didn't know, and you know, our secret.
Until now.
Yeah, until now.
That's funny. So what is the best advice that you have ever received?
Just to keep going, honestly. Mm-hmm. People telling me, like, just to keep going just is helped me so much every day. Like, just knowing that people support me and that they're in my corner and they have my back is just something that, like, it helps so much. I'm just like, thank you for being there, because if I felt alone, I don't know if I'd be able to do what I'm doing today.
Right. Yeah.
For me, honestly, okay, like I get good advice, but I never listen to it. But I
me
always
too.
give really good advice. So like I was like giving advice to someone, and then I was like, hey, I should, give that advice to myself. So it was just like, I'm a very like nice person. I always extend my kindness to everybody. So I think one of the things that I told myself that I kind of stuck with that's helped me is like, keep your kindness private and don't make it public. Your kindness is very valuable, and you have to keep it private so you're not walked on or your kindness isn't taken for granted, So
they'll take advantage
keep your
of
kindness private, and don't let your kindness or your friendship be public, Like, obviously be a good person, be like, polite and everything, but, like, don't go the extra mile for people who don't deserve it.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. Nope.
I don't know, it's kind of nihilistic, but it's definitely like the advice that I apply to my life most of the time. It's something that, like, without getting like too into detail, when I was younger, me and my mother were kind of going through some struggles and stuff, and like just a piece of advice I've always held on to me is like, everyone is capable of bad. So just be the good today.
Oh, that's good.
That's kind of what I go with.
That's really good. Definitely something that I'll pass along. I've never heard that. That's really good. I like that. All right. Right now, I have rapid fire questions where we have to answer them like this, okay? I'll do one at a time since there's 3 of you so we can hear, okay? I'll start with Molly because she's at the top of my screen. Okay. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
What stranger do you still think about sometimes?
Oh my god, the stranger that I met at the beach, and I asked him to help me get a pre-roll, and I should not have asked him to help me get a pre-roll. But it ended up being okay because I met some other strangers who were actually from my hometown, who knew my childhood crush, and they helped me out of the situation, and they were like, hey, let's be friends. And I made some really lifelong friends out of it, which is pretty cool.
Okay, Paris. All right. What do you wish you learned sooner?
Probably don't waste time. Apply yourself.
Well, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay, Hazel, what's your favorite word?
Anyways.
Anyways. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, Molly, do you believe in second chances?
Yes.
Okay. Paris, what's your biggest flaw?
I still smoke too much.
Okay. First thing is accepting it, right? Isn't that the first thing? Or is it admitting? I don't know.
Admitting you have a problem.
That's what it is. There you go. All right. Hazel, if you could go back and change something in the past, what would it be?
Sorry, it's not very rapid. I have to think about that one.
No one ever does it. Everybody's like, okay, yes, let's go. And then it ends up like that.
Stayed in dance, stayed in ballet. I would
Okay.
definitely do that because it helps with discipline, and I feel like being in ballet, I'd be able to be more self-disciplined.
Okay. Alrighty, Molly. Who do you text the most?
My significant other, Torin. Text him back all day.
All right, Paris. What phrase do you find yourself saying the most?
Ooh, this is one that I don't say around my girlfriend because she thinks it's annoying, but I've said it since I was a little kid. I like to say shway because there used to be a cartoon called Batman Beyond, and it was in the future, and their future slang for like when things were going good was like shway because it's like feng shui.
Okay.
So, like, things are going good, it's pretty shway.
All right. Okay. So, Hazel, do you have your own Netflix account or do you use someone else's login?
I use my we have a family account, so
Okay.
That's a good question.
Well, it's you know, every time we log into ours, we find a new little like person that has its own little name, and we're like, who is this person now? So my husband went through and changed names. I was like, I went to sleep one night, woke up, he's like, I went on to Peacock, I changed their names on there, I went on to Netflix. It's fun. Okay, alrighty, so, alright. Molly, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Hollow Back Girl by Gwen Stefani.
Good one. Alright, Paris, what do you collect?
Manga. I actually have a ton of manga. I have so many.
What is that?
They're like Japanese comic books.
I knew it had to be something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have, God, so I have a ton.
All right, Hazel, what object do you misplace the most?
My glasses. But I got a glasses chain now. I'm not wearing it right now, but that's helped a lot. I'm not frantically, blindly searching for my glasses in the morning anymore. So, my glasses.
Okay. All right, Molly, salty or sweet?
Sweet for sure.
Okay. Paris, love or friendship?
Friendship, because that doesn't hurt as bad.
Sometimes it can. Sometimes it can.
Well, it's like if it's love, then that means it's either like a family member or someone that I'm like on some level intimate with, and like homies are just home people I hang out and watch movies with, and like that'll be sad on that basis. But like, yeah, friendship.
Okay. Alrighty, Hazel. Do you believe in love at first sight?
No, not
No?
at all.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of felt that way when I saw John Cusack, but I don't know. Alrighty. Molly, is your bed made right now?
Actually, yeah, I just washed my sheets this morning, so.
Okay. Alrighty, Paris, are you street smart or book smart?
Book smart for sure. I got the street smarts of a not even a good enough allegory because I'm not that smart. Book smarts though, good.
Okay. Okay. Hazel, what celebrity annoys you the most?
Ooh. Donald Trump.
Okay. All right, this is my last one, Molly. What is the best one-word insult?
Something really, like, is just off. It's just off when someone calls you, like, a delinquent.
Okay.
I'm just like, I'm throwing hands at that point.
Okay. All right. All right. So you guys actually probably have done this rapid fire round better than any other band that I've done this with. Usually,
Thank you.
We'd probably be on question 2 still with the others. Okay. So, what's next for you guys? The upcoming months. You said that you're trying to record some stuff, and you've got some things booked for gigs. Where can people find you?
People can find us on any streaming platform except SoundCloud because I haven't gotten to SoundCloud yet. But with this new single, hopefully we'll be on SoundCloud. So
Here, baby.
yeah, yeah, we're on Spotify. Although I might take us off Spotify with everything going on with Joe Rogan stuff. But we're on Apple Music and we're on Amazon and Pandora and all of that. So. And Instagram, of course.
Okay. And what's your Instagram hanger?
At funds_for Jimmy.
Okay. So do you have any artistic collaborations in mind right now, that, like with any other local bands or anything like that you're thinking of doing? Anything in the works there?
No, not currently. If we did anything, I would really, really, really love to do something with Chips' band because I just think that they're great. And we work so closely with them. Mm-hmm. It would just kind of be easy to do that. And I think that'd be really fun.
So what are your guys' future goals? I know that you said that maybe possibly touring, if you can find a van, or anything else that you guys have in the works that you're thinking of that's been tossed around?
Open for someone. Like we play a lot of shows, but like opening for a bigger band.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I went to see AWOL Nation here.
Cool.
It was before COVID. And Iron Tom opened for them. And I know they're from out in California. They're not huge. They're not huge here. Like, I could talk to somebody, they won't know who they are here. I fell absolutely in love with that band. And so it just takes that one for people to start to know who you are. And, do you guys know Iron Tom?
I've heard of them around, like, kind of LA bars and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never listened to them, so I'll have to definitely check them out.
Yeah, I personally fell in love with them. I was like, wow, this band, they're so charismatic, and it was just, the performance was incredible. But they were just a local band that, happened to open for AWOL Nation. So
that's cool.
I actually, the guitarist or the bassist is the son of one of the Chili Peppers. So they do have a little bit of an in, but they are doing their own work. So, I mean, it's not being handed to them. Alrighty, so when's your next upcoming show?
February 5th at the Haven in downtown Pomona. We're super excited to be playing there again. So.
Yay!
Okay, and you guys have merch. I know that mine was delayed. I normally wear the band's t-shirt, but once I get it, I'll be wearing it down here, and people in Florida will be like, who's that? And I'll let them know. And they can get that also through your Instagram account if they want to get merch?
Yeah, I'm currently trying to set up a Bandcamp for us, so I just have to go through and take a bunch of pictures of, like, merch that we have available. Mm-hmm. But that should be up within, like, the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to drop everything, all of our websites, by the single date release, so we have a bunch of cool new things that people can interact with. Yeah. So, yes, merch purchases definitely in the future. People will be able to find that on our Instagram.
All right, and I'll be looking for Weed to come out in the next 3 months maybe or so.
Hopefully, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So we do have a single coming out Valentine's Day.
Oh, you're the second band
Yeah.
that is single on Valentine's Day. What's that one?
Woo. Our single is
called,
called Faye Valentine.
Oh, we talked about it at the beginning. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize it hadn't come out yet. Okay. All right. Okay, so Faye Valentine on Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want anybody to know or anything?
Stay in
all?
school. Don't do drugs. Eat your teeth.
Eat your teeth?
Eat your teeth.
What does that mean? Okay. I'll ask around.
Jimmy. Jimmy, don't forget about Jimmy. Jimmy loves everybody, and Jimmy
Okay.
loves pictures, and Jimmy is a real frog. Like, if someone tries to say otherwise, they're lying. Jimmy is a real frog.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just here to spread the message of Jimmy. I wish he could be right here right now. I'm not using
I thought
my
for
own
sure I
laptop
would
at
meet
home.
him.
I know, I'm so sorry. I had to come over to my boyfriend's house to use his laptop because mine is not working, so and I
Okay.
forgot him. I'm like, ah.
It's okay. He needs to get his sleep.
Yeah.
He's getting his beauty rest for sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, I thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your time. And it was really nice
Thank
to get to
you.
know you guys. And I can't wait for your singles to come out. I'll definitely be there supporting those and listening and
Thank you
spreading
so much.
the word on
you.
Guns for Jimmy here in South Florida. And
Oh my gosh,
hopefully
thank you
others
so
will.
much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
guys. You guys have a good night.
Good night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so
All right.
much for having us.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey baby, don't you think it's crazy? Never seen this place be so sad before.